This is an MMA Report with Jason Floyd, Quick Fix, on Radio Influence.
Joining me now here on the MMA Report on Radio Influence, a man that was recently signed by the UFC and is going to make his debut, UFC 210. He's going to take on Josh Emmett. It is Des Green. I remember it was a couple weeks ago, you put out on your social media platforms that you were supposed to meet with the UFC. Ultimately, that did not happen. So kind of how did this come together?
So, I was supposed to go down there and meet with Dana. My manager had set that up. As usual, not usual, but, like Dana's busy schedule, something came up, so he had to postpone the meeting. He didn't know exactly when. I kind of told my manager, I'm like, well, listen, I just want to, get into there, show him my highlight video, give him my stats. Maybe if you could just do a phone conference with him. You know what I mean? The whole thing was to try to set up what we originally wanted was, to present it to Dana. Hey, listen, this guy's on a 4-fight win streak. I was supposed to fight for the Titan belt in March. So we're going to, propose to him, like, hey, listen, he's fighting Freddie Asunzo, who's like 8-9-1. He's on a 80-fight win streak. When Des wins this fight, can you guys sign him? And, then all of a sudden, the Buffalo card came up. So I was like, just by chance, throw it in there when you talk to him. Like, hey, listen, this guy is from Rochester. He went to college in Buffalo. You know what I mean? I'm like, see if he'll go for it. I know he's always looking for hometown guys to throw on cards. So, I'm like, with all of that, we're kind of like throwing out two pitches. Either, sign me after the fight in Titan, or if you want, a hometown guy, I could be for the Buffalo card. So, like a week after that post, my manager said, all right, I had a phone conference with him. He said here, he's gonna look you up. He sounded a bit interested. He wasn't sure. He had to talk to the matchmakers and whatnot. So then, like, another 4 days go by, and I'm thinking, like, oh man, he's probably back busy again, not even thinking about it. And then my manager called me, like, hey, listen, I just got a call from Dana. He said you're in the Buffalo card. And at first, I was just like, huh? Like, cause I wasn't expecting it. I thought he was gonna say, all right, after March or something. He's like, yo, you heard me. You're fighting in Buffalo. You're in the UFC now. And I was just like, yo. I was actually at work. I picked up a little part-time job because I hadn't fought since December. So about a month ago, I picked up a little part-time job just on the phones at night for like a multiple sclerosis campaign. And, I got the call, so I immediately went to the bathroom. And he told me, and I was at work. And I was just like, geez, that's crazy. I ended up, of course, I quit work like 2 days later so I could just like really start my training camp. But yeah, man, it was all crazy.
The MMA Report with Jason Floyd can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and RadioInfluence.com.